got Jesus on my mind. Seems he's with me all the time. Think I'll have some bread and wine. Yes, I've got Jesus on my mind. Hi, this is the Pete Rose Show, and we have another good one for you today. I have my dear friend Donna Mucks from up in the North Country, and she took the time to come down today to share her music with us, share the love of the Lord, and things that she's doing with her music. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Pete.
How are you?
Awesome. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good, you know. Getting old, you know.
Nah, still young at heart.
Yes, I am. I am young at heart.
Good.
You know, one of the things I want to do on the show is I want to talk about your writing of your songs, because you got into it late, so to speak, if I may say it that way.
Absolutely.
Out of nowhere, if I may say it that way. Mm-hmm. It's a nice story, and you know how you went to that conference or whatever. Share that with the folks. All of a sudden, you're a teacher, then you're.
Okay. I'd love to share this
Sure,
story.
take the time to share it, yeah.
We love to tell the stories.
And
No.
what we'll do in between, we'll go to some songs and stuff, you know.
Sounds good.
The song of the one that I wanted to do, it's not written down here, the one you wanted to do before, what was the name of that one? Something about Colorado or something, or...
Oh, Dancing Clouds?
Dancing Clouds,
Oh.
you got.
Yeah.
I'll think of it. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I actually, out of college, was a computer scientist and an engineer.
Toot toot.
And then that didn't work out so well. So then I went into teaching. And my husband has a saying that when we discussed this at one point, the reason the computer science and the engineering didn't work out so good, but the teaching worked out better, was because he said, I'm a people person, not a paper person.
Yeah,
Not the type to be
Right.
sitting behind a desk and, you know, looking and whatever. Sitting behind a desk writing, maybe.
Another
but that's,
thing you're not is in love with yourself.
Thank you.
You are not a person who is, look what I've done.
No.
You're not like that. And,
No.
and that's another reason why people are drawn to you,
Thank you.
because you're real.
I wasn't raised that way. That
No,
was another
no.
word that was used to describe me at one time. Genuine.
Yeah.
And I try to live up to that.
No, you are.
So I became a teacher, and I loved teaching. I really enjoyed it. I taught at various levels, junior high, high school. Loved teaching, loved working with the kids. I did remediation, so I had small groups. Got to know the kids and, you know, got to hone in on what their skills were and stuff. Loved it. But I lost my job. They were doing some downsizing. I was a half-time employee, so I was easy to get rid of. And I was a little bitter for a while, and there's still, every once in a while, this still stirs in me. But I found something so much better after that happened. Maybe about 6 months after I lost my job, a friend of mine said, there's this conference, it's called Mountain Music and Dance, and it's held up at Great Camp Sagamore. She's a musician, her and her husband, and she said, we do these workshops and we perform, we have mini concerts, we do guitar lessons, we do songwriting lessons, all this stuff, and it's just a wonderful weekend in the woods, and why don't you come? So I looked it up online. I said, okay. So I went. And I didn't go with anyone. I went all by myself. And I'm okay with that. You know, a lot of people are like, how could you go by yourself? Well, you can tell I'm kind of open and I talk to people.
Well, first of all, you're a smart person. You don't put yourself in a situation that's
correct.
You know,
Not a dangerous situation. No.
Right. So
No.
if you don't walk that way, then, you know,
Right.
it's fine to, you know,
Right.
go by yourself.
So, you know, I did know these two musicians, but they were kind of leaders
Right.
of the group, you know. So, but I knew them, so I knew it was a safe space.
Right.
So I went to this workshop, and I'm an avid walker. My first CD is titled Walking. My book is Good Days Are for Walking. I love to walk. I've since taken up jogging too, but and every morning at this conference, it was over Columbus Day weekend, and every morning I would get up and I would take a walk. So there was 3 mornings. I would walk at daybreak and walk around before breakfast. And every morning I would circle back around to this bridge at Great Camp Sagamore. And I would say a prayer to start my morning. And I would go off to breakfast and the day. And it was an amazing weekend. I mean, I have a couple friends that are still friends from that. And that was in 2004. One of them who I'm writing some songs with, hopefully will be my next CD. They're about nature.
Maybe sometime down the road you can bring her in with you.
Yes, she actually lives down near New York City, but she
Well,
could
you
do
never
that.
know.
We bring her up.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so it was an amazing weekend. Just it wasn't a religious weekend. It was just themed around nature, music, dance, that type of thing. It wasn't, like a church sponsored or anything, but very, there was spirit for me, the Holy Spirit for others, maybe something else, but very amazingly spiritual weekend. In fact, so much so that the instructors at the closing concert said, for everybody here, don't make any major decisions for the next 3 days. Because they knew everyone was just it was just amazing. But they said, we advised, it was funny, but it was true. But the last day on my walk, I went and stood in the middle of this bridge. And I said my prayer. And my prayer this morning was of thankfulness. I was like, I'm so thankful that you brought me here. Because I wasn't sure where I was going, what I was doing. And I'm really still not. But this was a wonderful, refreshing weekend. I've made some great friends. This was awesome. And there was this little drip on my face. And I went, oh, sweet angel kisses. That phrase came to my mind. Then the whole chorus of a song came to my mind.
When you were standing in the middle of the bridge.
While I was standing in the middle of the bridge.
Let's play that song in the middle of the bridge.
Yep.
And you want to talk more about it, we can. Donna Mucks,
Absolutely.
standing in the middle of the bridge.
Praying in the middle of the bridge, praying in the middle of the bridge, feeling sweet angel kisses on my lips and nose, pine needles dancing on their tippy toes, praying in the middle of the bridge. Standing on that bridge, I look behind, and the memories flow as they fill my mind. All the laughter, sadness, joys, and tears, each a piece that I hold dear. Praying in the middle of the bridge, praying in the middle of the bridge. The water sings its joyful hymn, the wind it whispers its soft amen. Praying in the middle of the bridge. Standing on that bridge, how'd I end up here? Take a deep long breath, feel your presence near. Now I hear that still small voice. I know it's time to make a choice. Praying in the middle of the bridge, praying in the middle of the bridge, putting sweet angel kisses on my lips and nose, pine needles dancing on their tippy toes, praying in the middle of the bridge. Standing on that bridge, I cannot see what lies ahead, what's in store for me, but I'll trust in God to lead the way, and with faith I'll face each day. Praying in the middle of the bridge, praying in the middle of the bridge. The water sings its joyful hymn, the wind it whispers its soft amen. Praying in the middle of the bridge. The wind it whispers its
Well, I tell you, that's a really neat song, standing in the middle of the bridge. Want to tell us a little more about it?
Sure. So this little dewdrop or whatever hit me in the cheek, and I went, "Sweet Angel Kisses." The whole chorus came to me. And at that point, I only knew 2 chords on the guitar. I didn't know how to really, and they were slow to transition
So did Buddy
between
Holly,
them.
believe it or not.
I know. I learned a lot of that stuff afterwards. But so I ran to my room and wrote it down as fast as I could, the lyrics that came to me. And then I ran to this instructor friend who had told me about it, and I said, "I have a song, I think." Who knew about writing songs? I've never done this before. I don't write music. I don't read music. And I said, "Can I sing it to you?" And she said, "Yeah." She grabbed her guitar. We went out on the porch, and I sang it to her. So she told me what the chords were that I needed to go with it. She called another one of the instructors over, and we talked about the song. And he said, "You might want to make it almost like a metaphor for life." And that's all he needed to say. And the rest of the song flowed from I'm looking back, here I am, I'm looking forward. And as I write and walk at the same time a lot. I think the rhythm of the walking helps. And as I was walking one day, trying to finish up that last verse, it was a gloomy, kind of gray day. And I walked along, and I thought, yeah, I think I got it finished now. And I turned around to walk home. And the sun came out, and the entire road just shone because it was damp. And it was just like it was like streets of heaven or something. I don't know. It was a very weird experience. And I went, "Oh, it's done." And I looked up and I said, "Thank you." And I went home and I finished writing the song. And that started my songwriting journey. Then the songs started to come after that. And
You opened the doors.
Yeah.
Doors are open. The floodgates are open.
Yeah. It's an amazing experience because every song is different. You write songs. And some of them come like that. Some of them have seeds in them that were planted 20 years ago, that are things that I heard 20 years ago that make it into a song now, And some songs, they might take a few days, they might take a few weeks. That one took about a week, the first one.
It's amazing you say that because songwriting, it is different, a lot of different levels. Mm-hmm. And some people have an art for doing it. Mm-hmm. Me, it's either it comes or it don't. Mm-hmm. I can sit down and create, but the best ones are the ones that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
They're the good ones.
Yep.
And of course, I call that angelic writing. Even though I've said that before. Mm-hmm. Where the pen goes to paper and just writes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a really cool experience.
And sometimes more than that happens, because when I wrote Sinful Man, I really felt like when I went on the front stoops to write my songs, it was like one hand on the left, one on the right pushed me down. Now, maybe part of that was my imagination, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Put the paper up, done in 10 minutes. Not completed, but done. There's a difference.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah, you refine it. You put take the rough edges off.
And now I've been doing some writing, working with Sue Smith.
Nice.
And I'm working on one called, it's kind of on the same side. It's asking the Lord for forgiveness. Lord, I'm a sinner, yes me. And it's just, one of these 3-chord gems. I say 3-chord gem because I can't write 7-chord just 3, 4 chords,
Yeah.
And I like it. We modulate in it. She does harmony and stuff. So
nice.
And she's good. She's like, we just haven't had a lot of time to get together and work on it. We've got some of it done though.
Awesome. That's great. Look forward to hearing it.
Well, she's a great lady. I enjoy working with her.
Yes, she is.
Like yourself, a very good talent.
Thank you.
And you know what I'd like to do? You and I did a song earlier.
We did.
One called "I Saw the Light."
Yeah.
Could we put up the song that we did together called "I Saw the Light"?
Yeah.
I wandered so aimless, life filled with sin. I wouldn't let my dear Savior in. Then Jesus came like a stranger in the night. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Just like the blind man, I wandered alone. Worries and fears I claimed for my own. Then like the blind man, God gave back my sight. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, the sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Yeah!
Yeah.
I was a fool to wander and stray. Straight is the gate and narrow's the way. Now I have traded the wrong for the right. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. I saw the light, I saw the light. No more darkness, no more night. Now I'm so happy, no sorrow inside. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. Praise the Lord, I saw the light. We just did I Saw the Light, as you know, and I'm going to tell a little story about it. And I Saw the Light, of course, was written by and recorded by the great Hank Williams. The thing that I found so interesting, but I Saw the Light, we were up in Carthage, New York, singing at the gazebo down by the river. It was really nice, you know, but it started to rain. So some Mennonite folks was up there, and they said, why don't you come in our church and sing in our church? So we packed everything up, you know, and got everything together, went up the road a little bit, went inside the Mennonite church, and everybody had their turn getting up and singing about the Lord. So I'm looking at the hymnal, and I look in it, and in the hymnal of the Mennonite church is Hank Williams, I Saw the Light. I was just so surprised to see that there.
How cool.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. As
That's
part of
really
their
cool.
regular music.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of the other part of that story is he did that and he did Calling You.
Oh,
Back.
we should do that sometime.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I have that coming out, you know. It is out.
Oh,
It's out on YouTube.
awesome.
Calling You.
Love that song.
Yeah. And yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we could do the call and response.
Next time you're on, we'll do it together.
Perfect.
Okay.
Love it.
Next show we get together. I have to get the music down to here, of course, and get it set up. And you know, these guys are wonderful here. They're
pretty good.
Yeah, they really are.
I think we should keep them.
We should.
Especially the guy behind the camera. He's
let 'em
awesome.
I'll let them know that later. Oh, dear. So you're writing. How many songs have you written?
You know, people ask me that, and that's a hard question to answer. I would say there's probably, I don't know, maybe 50.
Real 50.
But yeah, and there's probably 100 that are just song seeds.
Well, you're
But,
up on me then. I have written 50.
Yeah. I'd say if I went through and looked at everything, I'd say there's probably 50 of them there, but not all of them have seen the light of day, but
Yeah.
most of them have at least once.
What are how many different genres do you write and sing? I know folk is your.
I would say
You
folk.
stick right out there with folk.
I would say, yeah, folk is my primary. Folk, I don't know. I pretty much would say folk, maybe a little country leaning at sometimes.
So your
but
Christian songs are folk gospel?
I would say, yeah.
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 And what are some of those kind of songs that you do? Do you have any on your CDs
What?
that are folk gospel songs, that are those spiritual songs, so to speak? Or do you just sing them out with the public?
No, I'd say they're. That's such a hard question for me.
Yeah.
I have a hard time.
You don't put yourself in a box.
No, I don't, because I
So-
think some of the songs kind of mesh over different.
So you don't know if
different
you're number
genres.
one in Forest Board or not.
Don't know. No. Yeah, that's why I haven't made the big time, because they can't put me in a hold to classify me
know,
as something. Yeah.
I know people that get all wound up over that stuff.
Oh, I know.
Being number one or
Yeah.
two or three, whatever. It is.
No.
It's crazy.
No, like we've discussed before, if I can touch one person with
Oh, yeah.
one thing, then I'm happy.
You know what I get? One of my greatest thrills I get is when I'm doing the concert. Wobbling up there, doing it the way I do, and this happened to me a couple times. There's a little lady came up to me. She says, "Boy, I love the songs you do." I said, well, "I have one you could buy, put in your CD player." Well, I don't have the money to buy one, and right now that's not working well. I said, "Well, what if I give you one? Would you do that for me?" She goes, I said, "Of course I will."
Yes.
It made my day.
Yes.
It made my day.
Yep.
Just gave her one.
Yep.
Now if she received happiness from that,
I'm sure she did.
and
In many ways.
And I had a friend, a dear friend. Her daughter was dying of cancer, and I said to her, "Why don't you give her this music to listen to? She might find some comfort." And she did.
Yes. Yeah.
And she did. And the funny thing about it is that some of the stuff that I wrote, she said helped her make it to the other side. What a, it's,
Doesn't get any better than that.
no, it doesn't.
No.
I got this love song called Angel. I don't know if you ever heard it or not, Angel. I don't know if you ever heard it. That I've recorded.
Yeah.
And I gave it to her, and part of what it is, she took that song in her mind, in her process, and she's told me that song helped her make it the other side, along with the other song. So
That's beautiful.
to me, that was success.
Absolutely.
And,
Yes.
because her dad, her grandfather, was awful good to music when I was growing up. Because I lost my father.
Oh, okay.
And I know I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's worth repeating. When I went to the hospital to see him heading towards the end of his life with cancer, he's sitting in the window well of the hospital. In the window well on top, where the radiator is. And he had his Bible, and the sun was coming through.
Oh.
I said, "Bert, what are you doing?" He said, "Pete, I'm getting ready to go home." And it just, it made me cry.
Oh, of course.
It brought tears in my eyes,
Of course.
And there are certain people that I grew up with that weren't my family, but they were. You know what I mean?
I do.
And I love them and respect them, and I miss them dearly.
Yeah.
They're very good Christians.
Yeah.
And one of my friends had part of his eyes was missing, so he could not look this way. He could see out that way, but not this way.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure which part. I'm not a doctor. I don't remember. But he used to walk 5 miles to do Bible study.
Wow.
He's
Wow.
good people. you know?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's interesting you're mentioning people with cancer and the music, because that's how the Keys program was born.
Yes.
This Keys program was born because Colleen was with her father. And you're going to love this story. She was sitting with her father. He was diagnosed with cancer, and it was in the late stages. And of course, you're sitting there in the hospital room, and all the monitors and the noise and the beeping and all that stuff. And her dad couldn't sleep. He couldn't rest. And she had taken classes on music therapy in college. And she said, "I wonder if this would help Dad." So she went home and she recorded some music on the piano. And at that time, it was Walkmans. She went in, she put the Walkman in his ears and played some music for him. And within an hour, he was sleeping.
You are so right. And I'm going to tell you a story that goes along with that. My mother-in-law was dying of cancer. And my wife was what a dear soul she was. She said to me, she says, I want to go down for a couple of weeks and stay with Mom because she needs my help. I said, go ahead, go. You know, don't worry about me. I'll be fine, you know, I'll be okay. And she was down there, and I don't know if you ever heard the Indian music on a CD. I don't know. Some of it, I don't know if it's American Indian or Indian as in India, I'm not sure which, but it has all different horns and stuff in it, and it almost like it is relaxing. And she put that on for her. She fell asleep. So music therapy is important.
It's not only important, but it's amazing how it's getting more and more used. I mean, doctors are prescribing it now, and that's so exciting. But the part of that story with Colleen and her dad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Oh,
to
no,
cut in.
that's
I
okay.
thought you were
But the
done.
part that I knew you'd really appreciate is she went home, she recorded the music, came back, and the doctors and nurses were like, what did you do? And this was back in the days when they were just talking about music therapy. But seeing how powerful it was, she went home the next night and recorded some more music for him, but recorded it off of albums and things.
Yeah.
She recorded Johnny Cash and took it in for him because he loved Johnny Cash. And he listened to Johnny Cash, and that helped him. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be relaxing. It's whatever will touch that person and help them redirect their attention and get the focus off of all that's happening, and it helps to relax the body. And it actually, physiologically, the music helps the body, too. It's amazing.
You know I met Cash, right?
Yes, I do. That's why I wanted to share that
You know
story
the
with you.
Yeah. So when
And you haven't washed your hands since,
I
right?
haven't washed my hands since. And that's a true story. I better get home and get taken
I
care
am
of
not
here, you know.
shaking hands with you.
And for the folks that don't know it, I went down to Newark, New Jersey, and the Johnny Cash concert. And I've known his brother Tommy. He said, "Come and meet me at the concert, and I'll introduce you to John." So I get down there, and I said to my friend, "I'm going to go up and meet Johnny Cash." He said, "Oh, you're crazy." I said, "Well, maybe I am." So I walked up and knocked on the door, and "Who are you, boy?" I said, "I'm here to meet Tommy Cash." "Know you're coming, boy?" "Yeah, he knows I'm coming." I get back there. No sooner back there, the guy said, "Hey, you don't belong here. You're not covered under insurance. You got to get out of here." So I said to Tommy, "I'm not going to get a chance to meet Johnny." "Well, yes, you are." He took me into his dressing room. He goes, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash." What a great story. Hey,
Wow.
time for another song.
All right.
Time for another song.
Let's do
here.
another song.
You know what song I want to play is Dancing Clouds.
Okay.
Dancing Clouds by my dear friend Donna Mucks. Dancing Clouds.
Gliding on the water in the green canoe, we watch the dancing clouds go by in the Colorado blue. Their shadow partners dance in the placid lake below, playing hide and seek with fish as they dart to and fro. Playing hide and seek with fish as they dart to and fro. We watch the dancing clouds go by in the Colorado blue. My heart and soul can't help but smile. I love spending time with you. Abundant sunshine holds us in its warm embrace. We paddle around the corner to see the mountain called Whiteface. Back on shore we relax in Adirondack chairs, reflecting on the day's events. I whisper a thank you prayer. Reflecting on the day's events, I whisper a thank you prayer. Watch the dancing clouds go by in the Colorado blue. My heart and soul can't help but smile. I love spending time with you. We watch the dancing clouds go by in the Colorado blue. We watch the dancing clouds go by. Today just you and I.
Hey, we're back, folks, and we are back one more time here and talking to Donna. I want to finish my story here about the Johnny Cash thing. I always loved Johnny Cash to the point where, you know, I'd be singing it in my sleep almost, you know. And there's some stories I won't tell you, but anyway,
Thank you.
but the thing about it is, when I recorded my last CD, I did Folsom Prison. I said, is anybody even going to listen to it? Because it's his signature song.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
of course they did.
And people like it, and I was very, very, very surprised. Am I thankful? Yes. Mm-hmm. Because I didn't think anyone would listen to it. Mm-hmm. I love the song, you know?
Yeah.
And so, I even need the Heidi Ho and all that other crazy stuff. Okay, let's...
It's hard to...
Huh?
It's actually hard sometimes to do a song of someone famous that is so revered. Yeah. You know, it's like you wonder how people are going to take it. I know exactly what you're saying.
A lot of people do a Cash tribute. I'm not one of them.
Right.
That's not what I'm about.
Yep.
And I had one of my friends down in Middletown. I'm going to work with so and so. Their Cash tribute show. Going to come? I said, no. Why not? I said, because I saw the real deal 3-4 times. Why do I want to see a fake? Well, they're good. I said, I'm sure they're good.
Right.
But they're not Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not going.
Right. Just not your thing.
So, Angel from Montgomery, that was a nice song you did. Why don't we go to Angel from Montgomery so I can get off of talking about me?
I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were thunder and lightning desire, this old house would have burnt down a long time ago. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is such a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. Wasn't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, the years just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe Well, there's flies in the kitchen. I can hear them, they're buzzing. And I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is such a hard way to go. To believe in this living is such a hard way to go.
Hey, we're back. We're back with Donna Mucks one more time. Tell me a little bit about that Angel from Montgomery song.
There's just something about that song. I know it's kind of it's more of a dark song than I usually do. It's
Yeah,
a
it
little more
doesn't fit the
down.
Donna Mucks mode.
No, it doesn't. But that song, the first time I heard it, it was in the background of a movie. I cannot right now for the life of me remember the name of the movie. But I just thought it was a really cool song. It's something, it just stirs. And I guess maybe it's, it's kind of, I feel bad for the writer or the singer, the person who's talked about in the song. It must be tough to live like that,
Did you write that?
No, I didn't write it. No. Actually, it's interesting because it's sung from a woman's point of view, but it was written by John Prine. It was written by a man and sung initially by a man,
John Prine,
but it was from a woman's point of view. I don't know. There's just I just think it's a very moving song. I think it's a combination of the lyrics and the melody, and it's a song that has a lot of like that minor overtone kind of, and it just stirs,
But getting back to Johnny Cash, he had a lot of songs like that.
Oh yeah.
Delia's Gone and all this other kind of,
Yep.
and it's funny because it got so bad for him, he turned his phone off. Yeah, he got to pay the bills, so we'll keep it on. It's anyway.
It's tough.
When the man was an icon, and I think that we don't know how we're going to be judged. If we're sinners, we know how we're going to be judged. But you hope, and I know I said it before. You want to do what's right. You want to stay within the Lord's circle. You want to follow the Ten Commandments. You want to do all the other things. I haven't done enough for what I should do. I know I haven't. So I got to do more, and that's why I do the show. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important. So what is another song that the one you did earlier?
Dancing Clouds?
Yeah, talk about that.
That's a fun song to talk about. It's a very...
You wrote that?
Yes, I wrote that one. It's a very big contrast to Angel from Montgomery. It's a very uplifting, happy song. But as a songwriter, one of my favorite phrases is, there's a song in that. And dancing...
I like to say it all the time.
Yeah. Dancing Clouds came from my husband and I were canoeing. We were on vacation, and we were canoeing on Lake Placid.
Really?
And we were canoeing along, and it was beautiful, blue sky and some puffy clouds. And my husband goes, "Look at the dancing clouds." And of course, my response was, "There's a song in that." So I kind of wrote the song around a typical vacation day in Lake Placid.
It's too bad he didn't come to one of these shows because, and see, he probably seen you could perform so many times.
Few.
But this is different.
It is different.
It would be nice. Maybe sometime down the road, he'll join us.
Yeah, I hope so.
and Mike again. So
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but
Oh, no,
you were
that's
talking about
okay.
your husband. So
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. So it's funny because I did this song last night at a show, and if it's a small group, and this is a small group, sometimes I share a couple little tidbits
I
about
saw
the
you
song
singing.
in
I
it.
saw you singing on YouTube. I saw you singing
Yeah.
it.
So I share a couple little tidbits about the song that you wouldn't maybe generally know. But my husband loves to follow the weather. He's a weather buff.
Yeah, I am too.
And there's a phrase that gets used on, it used to be used anyways when I wrote this song, on the Weather Channel a lot. They'd be talking, especially in the summer, not around here in the winter, but the phrase was abundant sunshine. So that made it into that song. That's one of the lines in the song. It's about the abundant sunshine. And another piece of that song is at the very end, I changed the last line of the chorus to "Today, Just You and I." And "Just You and I" was our wedding song. So I wrote that song for him, and then I put these little pieces in there that are a nice connection for him and I that maybe the casual listener wouldn't understand.
It's obvious you're happy with it,
I
with your
am.
life and your husband and stuff.
I am. I am
And
so blessed, I can't
you're
even
so
tell you.
blessed, and it shows, and that's important.
Yes, it does.
And I feel the same way about my wife. I love her dearly, and she puts up with me, But
Yeah, my husband puts up with me.
this beautiful lady, she really is, my Anna.
Yeah.
So Dancing Clouds.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's my
What
fun
are
upbeat.
some other songs that you wrote that kind of have stories that were or you recorded that really stick out for you?
Well, there's A New Normal, which
Oh,
we've talked about before.
That's my favorite.
And that song, I think it's my favorite too. Well, you really probably shouldn't
I
say that
used
about
to-
your own songs, but I think it is
I
my
used to
favorite.
play it every day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And that song, I mean, as a writer, a songwriter, a book writer, whatever, you learned very quickly how your personal things can apply to others, as the personal to the universal concept, and how things that you do can touch others in so many ways.
Yeah.
And that story was actually started as I was thinking about our military. And I was thinking about those wounded warriors who come home, and they, not only the physical wounds, but the emotional, the mental, the PTS, that kind of thing, and the struggles that they face and how they have to find their new normal.
The worst part of that is the suicides.
Yes, it
that are
is.
going on
Very sad.
I don't know, every 60 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever, 60 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
It's
very
terrible.
sad. It is.
Very sad.
So that kind of was the initial genesis of that song. And then right about the time I was writing the song, I met someone who has become a friend who was battling MS. But she's a warrior, and she was doing amazing, and still is doing amazing with it. She's made some amazing, miraculous progress. She was confined to a wheelchair for a short period of time, but no longer is. And so she was part of the seed of that song. And the other thing was something from 20 years ago, when I said sometimes 20 years, it was 20 years prior that I heard the phrase, "Different's not bad, it's only different." And that made it into the song. So that song
I like that
for
phrase.
me,
I like that phrase.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that song has so many different pieces in it. And then when I sat down to write it, and I was trying to figure out what to do with the bridge and a few different things, and I sat down with my husband and sang it, and he said, "Well, why don't you do this?" So you'll notice it's like a finger picking style in the beginning of the song, and then at the end it's a strumming.
Do you have? I don't have the whole thing in my head. Different is not different, but it's phrase that.
Different's not bad, it's only different.
Different's not bad. You could write another song based on that. Based on
You could. Oh, yeah.
Those lines,
Yeah, you could.
and kind of make it. Well, it's going to be kind of hard for you to top my no new normal, I think.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't do it, but someone else could. You could
Yeah,
write it.
Yeah. It is a great song. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
you know what I want to do? I want to go to the It's a New Normal,
Awesome.
and that's my favorite Donna Mucks song. That's all there is to it. No argument about it.
Thank you.
I have fought the demons through long, dark, sleepless nights, but they no longer haunt me. Today I finally won the fight. I put away regrets of the life I leave behind. The new one will be different, but different's not bad. It's only different. It's only different. My soul, which had departed, has now returned to me. Together we've decided that I am not my injury. I'm still husband, father, son. I'm still daughter, sister, wife. Friend, I might be different, but different's not bad. It's only different. It's only different. I might need your help as I move on. I'm not used to asking, so that will be different. But different's not bad. No, it's only different. It's not bad. So now I begin my new normal. Today is the day. I am accepting the challenge of learning to live in a new way. 'Cause now I understand there is life after change. Some things will be different, oh, but different's not bad. It's only different. It's only different. Today I begin my new normal.
We are back. We are back with my dear friend Donna Mucks, talking about your songwriting, talking about the stories that you have told. What are some of the stories down the road you want to write about? Some of the things. What direction do you want to go? You want to go secular? You want to go spiritual? Or you want to go take a poem and put the music? What do you want to do?
Well, I think for the most part,
I make
they're
you
always
think-
going
I
to
make
be.
you think, Donna.
Well, they're always going to be. Yes, you do. They're always going to be spiritual. And I do have a project in the works that I hope we can complete in 2020. A friend of mine and I have been writing songs for children based around nature. So about all
Are
the
they gonna
different
be
things
recorded?
in nature. We're hoping, yeah. And she plays the hammered dulcimer. I don't know if you've ever heard the hammered
yes,
dulcimer.
once or twice.
Love the hammered dulcimer.
Recording
so
with you?
Yes, so she'll have the hammered dulcimer, I'll have guitar, we'll both do vocals, and
Now
we've
where-
got a lot of arrangements
Where are you
done.
going to be doing it?
We haven't decided yet, but probably the place that I recorded my first CD, because we both know the people at that studio. She's done recording there, and I've done recording there, so so we'll probably go back there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So you do have plans. That's important.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, definitely.
What about, do you have a lot of work planned for 2020? Engagements?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Just kind of playing it by ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're well traveled. No? You're well traveled. You go around different places.
Yeah, I do.
And, for different events that I don't do. We do Centerpoint together, though.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yep, enjoy that.
That is your church you go to.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Awful nice people up there.
They're wonderful.
And Pastor Wayne, he's a godsend.
Oh,
He-
you're not
you know,
kidding.
He's a good man.
He is a good man.
I've known him for a long time.
Yep.
He used to work for me
Really?
at Central. Yeah, he used to work for me. And I forgot he worked for me. I said, I forgot you worked for me. He goes, well, apparently I was a good worker. I said, you must have been. I
Yeah.
would have remembered you.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yes, he
And,
is.
what a
Very
singer.
spirit-filled.
What a talent. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
what a talent. You know, the thing about him, I'm going to tell you a story, quick. I've told him many times, Pastor Wayne, he could be out there right now recording songs
Mm-hmm.
with all these Christian artists, put half of them, to
Mm-hmm.
the side the way he sings. And he'd be right on a charts rising. But that's not what he's about.
No, he's not.
He's been here,
Yeah.
He's done all that.
Oh, he has.
And
Yep.
he's been in front of 8,000 people singing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, but now he's working on souls.
yeah, he's a good man. He's a good man. He helps a lot of people. I know.
He does.
Barb thinks the world of Barb Mezzanini.
Oh, yeah.
She thinks,
Yes.
Pastor
She's a
Wayne.
wonderful person.
Isn't she a sweetheart?
She is. You got to get her on the show.
She's been on the show twice.
Oh.
Been on the show twice, and she does my
Awesome.
pictures for my album. My
That's
releases.
right. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's such a sweet lady.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
it's
is.
funny how she came to Christ and
Yeah.
and through the center, the music festival we're in.
Yep. Yeah.
Very talented.
That's probably one of the stories that will be shared in that devotional I had mentioned to you
Really?
before. Yeah.
What do you say about me?
Well, we can get one of your stories in there too. Maybe we never
I
know.
don't even want to print my stories. I don't
Sure
know if
we
you want to
would.
print one of my stories or not. I don't know. You might.
We'll see.
I got hobo stories.
We'll see.
Hobo stories I got. That's where I get my train song from.
Yep.
The one that I thought would help me a lot and no one really has clicked to was Christian Riding Hobo. I love that song I wrote. It's about a hobo who goes around preaching word of the New and the Old Testament.
Oh.
I'll send it to you someday.
Yeah.
You can listen to it.
Okay.
Maybe you can sing it.
Cool.
So,
Please do.
It's, folks, we've had a great time here today with our dear friend Donna Mucks, and we always enjoy her talents and her music, her ability to talk about writing songs, her walk with Christ, all the things she does with the cancer patients. She's a busy gal. She's a busy lady, but she always has time for a friend, and that's the important thing. And she's come down here to help us out doing these shows, and we really, really love her. Donna, it's been so great to have you.
Thank you so much.
It
I
really-
really appreciate it.
yeah.
Love spending time with you.
You want to say goodbye in a certain way, or how say so long? How do you, mi amigo? What do you want to do?
How about be blessed and be a blessing?
Be blessed. That's very nice. Be blessed and be a blessing. Folks, it's time for us to go. This has been the Pete Rose Show. See you soon.